Hello, my dear guys. Yours is the welcome in my YouTube channel Gautam English Empire. Today is the class of lecture session. Today I am to tell you some basic topics that will be very useful for your teaching career, learning career. These things make you better in coming time, and you will also realize its benefits. Today's students throughout the globe, especially if I talk about India or Indian students, 70% students are not able to speak correct English. They cannot write correct English. They have no ability, the listening power, listening ability to get understand. So today's my topic is to give lectures some topics that will you gain, because along with study, it is very important to listen lectures of your experts, your teachers, in order to boost your knowledge, enhance the capability of understanding. These are things that make you a better English speaker. We are studying language in my YouTube channel Gautam English Empire, and I also will teach English literature. If you are interested in English literature, if you are undergraduate or you are studying in graduation in streams of English literature, then this YouTube platform is very helpful for you to understand some topics, lectures on literature, because literature is the image of the society that reflects the inner depths of the poet or the writer he lives in. English literature has the widest sense, the broad sense that come the four categories of in English literature: drama, poetry, prose, and novels. This makes literature very strong. If you have known about drama, drama has various types of plays. When you are in undergraduation or graduation or post graduation, you will face these things. You will read and try to understand some Shakespearean tragedies and comedies also. In the sense of poetry, poetry is the soul of literature. Poetry is the framework of literature. Without poetry, there exists no literature. The origin of literature about in the time of Aristotle, a great philosopher. Literature exists in the form of poetry and gradually develops into prose. The thoughtful concept, philosophical concepts you will find in prose. Prose is the loose sally of mind, scattered thoughts of the day. And the fiction is a long narrated story or detailed story of a writer, sometimes autobiographical and sometimes biographical. These have various streams of fictions, non-fictions. These come in the category of literature. If you literature is not a subject, but literature is the life to feel you. Literature teaches us how to behave, how to build our character, how to build our society with moral etiquettes, good conducts and characters. Because you have studied in Hindi, literature is the image of the society. Because literature reduces, minimizes the shortcomings, drawbacks, superstitions, and come us to the platform where you will find lots of direction. Some direction goes to the Renaissance, some goes to the Reformation, some goes to the reformation of the society, the reformation of the individual's characters, and poet is the center of literature, because poet is a person who is morally filled with good virtues, good traits, and he or she creates, composes poetry, and he gives his imagination, his ideal concept, and some strange phenomena that is beyond our reach or beyond our imagination. So, literature is the deep ocean, a person who knows how to dive and get gems, pearls, and some very precious stones, but that who don't or doesn't know how to dive deep into the ocean, and he or she is unable to fetch some precious and costly metals. from the bottom of the sea. There is no limit. Literature is indefinite, limitless, it has no horizon. This is the concept of mental ability, mental concept, and you will find that really it is very charismatic to get knowledge, to get education, because education builds a strong society where there is no superstitions, orthodox, because these malicious evil practices in society blind us and it blocks the barricade not to go forward. But literature needs no barricade, no barrier, built the utmost career of one's person. Today's our educational system of India is degrading day by day because some teachers and professors don't know about their own responsibility or his duties. Teacher is the path maker, the maker of students and ideal citizen. Teacher has a very important role in students' life. If teacher is good and embellished thoughts and possesses some unique abilities, he can make students a perfect citizen and ideal citizens of a country. When I see schools and colleges, I always notice we are blindly running in the name of education. But reality is that we don't know about the proper kind of education. What is the main aim of education? They don't know their destination. Without knowing aim or destination, we cannot set our goal. We cannot target our goal. So it is our own responsibility to spread, let the light of knowledge throughout the globe, throughout the world. And none of children will deprive of education. India is developing day by day in all fields of knowledge. But at bottom, we see that the situation, the conditions of universities is very worse than other universities of the world. When higher rank educations held in London, our universities get not the top 200s on the stage. It is very shameful for us why our universities not get the topmost rank in studies rank. Because we are not imparting better education. We teach for salary. We teach them for only professions. Teaching is not a profession. Teaching is not for salary, but teaching is responsibility and duty. If we will know our duties and responsibility one day, we will make our nation great. I know that only India is the country where 80% people uses English and speaking. And throughout the world, we can see Indians speaking very fluent English because they have a dream to come true. Because hard work is the essence of success. Dedication is the elixir of success. Perseverance is the medicine of brain. Because untiring struggle makes you a better, a well, fluently English speaker. And more than that, an ideal person, a good person. Because good personality reflects like a rising sun. As the sun ascending, we cannot see the sun face to face because we have no power, no ability to face the sun's rays because it was in a full brightness. Likewise, we are also should be like that sun that has spread the light of knowledge. I want to share a story about our Booker T. Washington, a Negro of Americans. In those days, slaves were not allowed to get education. Like in India, Dalits, OBCs, STs could not get education except Brahmin and Kshatriyas. In America also, Negroes were not allowed to get education because slaves have no dream. Slaves have no right to get education. Slaves have no dream to make or gather wealth or money. Slaves are born but to service the upper classes. If we think the condition and oath situation of the Negroes, we will realize that we are better today because education is easy and accessible to all persons, divide of any caste or classes. So Booker T. Washington, a person of resolute, from determination, dedication, perseverance, and he decided that one day he will get education. He heard Normal Hampton Agriculture Institute in Virginia, that is for Negroes Institute of Learning, and he started his journey by foot because there were no means of transport that time, and slaves are too forward, only barefoot pedestrian, and he suffered lots of hardships, struggles, and confrontation, sometimes physically and sometimes mentally. And at length, he reached that institute where he got education. And he studied very much. And one day, Booker T. Washington became the president of America. There are many examples if I tell you about. It takes much time. But in a nutshell, I am to tell you that if you want to get a better education, then don't worry about anything but focus on your goal. Achieve your success through hard work because hard work needs honesty. If you are hardworking person with honesty, you can achieve, you can accomplish your success. This is the formula of life. Only those who succeeds worked hard. In our country, if we names one person who is the icon and legend of India, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji, who suffered much pain, much discrimination, and faced casteism in India. He was also not allowed to get education, but his firm determination, resolution made him the father of Indian Constitution, and he is known as the symbol of knowledge that is pioneered by the United States of America. We proud ourselves in our old personalities of India to get lesson, to get morality from them, and learn something that you are able, you are capable to do anything you like, you love. So my dear guys, students, never lose confidence, never defeat, but take courage and start your new journey. A fresh beginning gives you the path of success because this is the career. In career, we want to establish an ideal person, an ideal citizen of a country with honesty. Then our country, India, will be a developed country. Basic foundation we are to make strong. Give them the strong pillars because Indians are pillars of the nation. And today is India developing recent past 20 years. So I request all of you to, it is my humble request all of you to join my YouTube channel Gautam English Empire, and you will realize that a best teacher can make an ideal and a better students and a better citizen, and you will realize that we have responsibility to shape our future, to shape our family's future. Without education, life is like a boat without a sailing. So I think it is time to depart now, and I have a best wishes for you to be ready and begin studying, begin hard working until you get your goal, your destination. Never stop in the middle of the path. You are to complete your journey of life, your journey of success, and the success will await you. And then you will realize the paramount bliss, the paramount pleasure only you can feel. So, my dear, thank you so much for giving me your precious time, and I will see in the next class with a new purpose, with a new technique of teaching. So let me permit to leave. I see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your precious time.